As I soon say goodbye to my Quest 2 and welcome the Quest 3, I want to talk about the things that I really disliked on the Quest 2 VR headset since I got it. And I have to tell you that the Quest 2 was the highlight for me when it comes to VR. Really, this is the headset that actually wowed me. First time I tried VR was actually, I think Google Cardboard was first, but something more significant was with the Gear VR when I was in Barcelona, and I think it was with the Samsung S7 if I'm not wrong. Anyway, this is was the real start for me when it comes to VR, and Quest 2 was definitely a huge jump, and the first thing I really got wowed when it comes to virtual reality experiences. Now, not everything was great. There were lots of things that I actually got annoyed with this VR headset. First of all, let's talk about the size and weight. Well, it felt bulky. It's bulky. And wearing something like that for a long period of time is not comfortable. I later actually bought something that helped me increase the comfortability of the headset, so I can use it for a longer period of time, so I won't feel actually the weight on my face of the headset, and it improved to some degree, but still, it's not a device that I can really spend hours in, or a long period of time, and sometimes I need to take a break in between. Now again, it depends on the use. Sometimes, you can just use it for several minutes, 15 minutes, and get over with it. But I really like it. I like the technology. I like the games. I like the apps, and I really wanted to stay for longer. And it's something that I found to be that's actually bothering me. So I'm really happy that the Quest 2 will be smaller and more ergonomically better compared to the Quest 2. The other thing I didn't like is the diopter adjustment. I mean, I think like only 3 setup that you can change. Whether the Quest 3 it's improved, so kind of a slide, so you can adjust it more accurately. This is important. This is like something that makes you see either sharp image or slightly blurry image. Other thing I didn't like is when I get fog inside the headset, and it happens of course when I do something that requires more effort, so I maybe sweat a bit. Although again, sweating wasn't a problem with the headset, especially with the new cover that I got, but again, when seeing fog on the lenses, it just blurred everything in. So again, there needs to be something that actually helped with this. There are some accessories that can help. I didn't buy them, but again, there are some accessories that you can buy to improve that. But it was definitely an issue out of the box when I use certain apps. Other thing I didn't like that is actually white, again, because it kind of gathers some stains and stuff. So I need to make sure that it's clean, because I get annoyed when it's kind of stainy at some points. So again, seeing having this one in a different color, a darker color, would be nice. Just a little complaint, but again, something that annoyed me. The other thing is related to the software. I don't really want to tell you about this. I mean, this is just so many things went buggy and was glitchy and crashing. So many of those little things. It happens throughout, especially when I used to connect the Quest to my PC using the VR-Link cable. So many issues, performance issue, insane drop of frame rates, just in the OS. Yeah, forget about even just playing something. It felt like something that is like in alpha stage, and it still feels to some degree like that, especially when I'm working with PC. And hopefully future OS software will be updated for a smoother experience, especially with the Quest 3, which has better performance overall. The other thing is battery life. I think it's quite mediocre. Most of the time I am connected using the VR-Link cable to charge the headset while I'm actually using it. This again, there's so many variables here that affect this, including again the battery itself, the hardware, processor, the GPU, the apps themselves, the way they are designed. Certain apps would consume more power than others, but overall mediocre performance that I would really want to see improved. The other thing is apps prices. Well, there are lots of apps. I think that the prices of course went down quite significantly, and this is good. But basically again, sometimes as gamer who play both VR and non-VR, I'm more encouraged to spend my money on regular games rather than VR games. And it's something that I do hope that eventually we'll see a little more drop when it comes to VR app prices, although I definitely can understand why they are priced like that. But again, it seems like many apps, the prices are just way too high, considering again we are talking about mostly indie games that are not AAA games, and the prices are relatively high. Hopefully again VR become more popular, more users will use it, and the prices might get a bit lower. Well, another thing is the controller. Well, the controller, oh my god, this is crazy. the thing is the controller that I had lots of problems with the controller, and sometimes not working properly, stop working, blinking and not working, buttons not pressing. And of course the issue where it's in VR, I've bumped my controller several times against the wall, or there's some really issues when it comes to VR, when you're playing in a tight space, it can be annoying. But overall there were lots of issues that eventually I solved in one way or another with the controller. I also now have drifting with the controller with the stick, so really if I try to scroll up, it just go way up or way down, and I wasn't able to fix this. Now I'm waiting for the Quest 3 to arrive, but I didn't want to spend money on another controller again, because just for a controller is going to be a price of half of the headset right now where I live. It was an issue before when it comes to well, basically I wanted something like Game Pass but for VR, so basically I can pay a subscription service and try many games for free after that. And luckily Oculus introduced a feature like that allows you to get certain games for free each month, which is a nice one. And yeah, before that it wasn't like that, and basically well, it felt like kind of limited, and I really want to pay those FT prices for each game that I play. So again, having a subscription service is a good thing. I'm just happy that it's like that, and hopefully it's going to get improved over time, where VR will have kind of a good subscription service that allows us to really try many different VR games, just playing a single subscription service each month. Now, other thing related to recording and pass-through. By the way, the pass-through, the black and white, is of course is terrible, and this is one of the reasons I'm getting the Quest 3, to have high quality, 10 times the resolution and color pass-through, so I can enjoy mixed reality. I love mixed reality, but on the Quest 2 again, I really enjoyed it to what it is, but it was very limited. Just so you know, it was kind of mainly VR and kind of garbage mixed reality pass-through, but again, vastly improved on the Quest 3. And I was also annoyed that I couldn't record pass-through with the headset, maybe because it's just separate layers. Why they couldn't do it? Maybe because of performance and the fact that there are separate layers, they couldn't allow to do this while you actually playing, because it just consume a lot of processing computing power just is required to actually play games. But this is something that I want to see now with the faster processor, to be able to record pass-through on the device itself as a content creator, rather than needing to connect to an external computer in order to do that. The other thing is related graphic capabilities. Of course, it's not relevant to each game. There are some games that really do look really great, but some others you can definitely see that the developers could make them better, but they were limited. Kind of like the Nintendo Switch in that regard. So I'm happy the Quest 3 is actually more powerful, because again, this limits and actually in some points just ruin the immersion totally. So it's really nice having a device, a VR device, which is more powerful and have better graphics capabilities. So these are things that I didn't like about the Quest 2. Some of them that I didn't like that actually bothered me, and some of them actually solved completely on the Quest 3, or some improved to some degree. So this is why I'm really happy to get the Quest 3 over the Quest 2. Otherwise I would stay with it, but again, definitely a big improvement. This is a really big jump for me over the Quest 2, and this is the reason I decided to get it. That's about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you know about the other things that you think that are pretty bad on the Quest 2 or bothered you on the Quest 2, let us know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.